Hello and welcome to episode 1 of my Factorio tutorial Let's Play series. This episode will be on an introduction to Factorio. First I want to dedicate this series to Multiface channel because they asked if I could do a series on Factorio, and they also did my fantastic channel art. So thank you very much Multiface channel, and I hope you enjoy this series. Factorio is on Steam and is priced at £15 or $19.28. It is developed by Wiki Software Limited. Hopefully I pronounced that correctly. This is what it says on the Steam store page. Factorio is a game in which you build and maintain factories. You will be mining resources, researching technologies, building infrastructure, automating production and fighting enemies. In the beginning you will find yourself chopping trees, mining ores and crafting mechanical arms and transport belts by hand. But in short time you can become an industrial powerhouse with huge solar fields, oil refining and cracking manufacture and deployment of construction and logistic robots, all for your resource needs. However, this heavy exploitation of the planet's resources does not sit nicely with the locals, so you will have to be prepared to defend yourself and your machine empire. Time to play with conveyor belts and turrets. Factorio, wow, is simply a joy to play and really engages the brain. When I woke up this morning I half expected a conveyor belt to bring me some coffee. Warning, playing this game can seriously damage your sleep, as you will not want to stop playing it. Anyway, without further ado, let's play, and I'm gonna start a campaign, and yeah, so just waiting for that now. And I'm going to start here with the first steps. This series is intended for new players who are just wanting to look to see if this is the type of game they'll enjoy. Anyway, you have just landed on the surface of an unknown planet. There is no one to help you. You need to learn how to craft your first tools and set up simple machines to ease your work. But beware, you're not alone. So let's play. I'm going to start right at the beginning on level 1, and we'll see how far we can get. Okay, the first thing to mention is you can zoom in and out, and you can see down here it's telling us that escape module saved my life. I'm afraid the others were not so lucky. And what happens, you'll see, is when it gives us updates it will pause the screen. You can move it along by pressing the tab key, which will unpause it, and it tells us that here. So let's do that. So yeah, you can use the mouse wheel to scroll in and out. Up here you can see you've got your objectives, which it tells us here, and this will keep updating as we progress through the levels. The WASD keys moves us left, right, up and down. I'm not sure how, when doing this series, how close to stay zoomed in. I shall try to remain this close if I can, whilst showing what's around the screen. Anyway, so you walk up to the wreckage and it says, I wonder if I could use something from the wreck. So check if there is something useful in this shipwreck. Access it by left clicking, and that's what you do with all the machines and containers. Left click and you'll see the inventory on the right here, and this is our inventory. So it tells us that there. So let's tab. Right, what it wants us to do is move the iron plates over there by picking up the stack with the left mouse button. Okay, when you see containers or machines, you can either shift left click to move a whole stack, or if you press the control key and left click, it moves every stack within that container. So you can either do shift left click or control left click, and it will, both of them will put either a stack into just one stack with the shift or every stack with the control. So let's do that. There you go, completed. So to close this inventory window, you just press the E key. There's nothing else here. I'll have to make some more simple tools myself. Okay, so you can open the crafting window by pressing the E key. On the right hand side, as it tells us here, it's showing the recipes that we currently know. So left clicking on the recipe will craft a depicted item. The number on the recipe means how many times that object can be crafted, so meaning how many resources we've got in our pocket. So we've got enough of these iron plates to make 2 pickaxes, or 8 of these. When you hover over a recipe, you will see what ingredients are needed. So if I hover over the pickaxe, you will see it needs 2 iron sticks and 3 iron plates. Okay, so it wants us, the game, to craft the iron axe. So in order to craft this, we'll need to just left click. And you'll notice that I didn't have these items here. What happens when you click on the main top finished product, it will create all the sub products for you. So down here in the left corner is the crafting queue, as it tells us there. So you see it made what we needed, the components, and finished the product. And it's now equipped it in our hands over here. This is for our tool, this is the weapon slots and armor. Okay, so E will close the window again, and let's see what it wants us to do next. That looks like iron ore over there. When you hover over the different resources, it tells you in the top right corner up here what resource it is and how much is there. Get close to the iron ore and hover the cursor over it. So here's the iron. When you hover over an entity, useful detailed information appears in the top right corner of the screen. And you can see, just by hovering over it, gives us full descriptions. Mine iron ore. So to do that, we just hold down the right mouse button and it'll start mining. So there we go, we got 4 iron ore. If only I could smelt that iron somehow. Okay, so craft stone furnaces next. So if we press the E key, I haven't got any stone. There's a stone furnace, and you can see in red it's telling us we need 5 stone in order to make this. So what we'll do, we'll walk over to the stone and start mining some of that. Let's mine the outer edge here. Okay, that's enough, but what I want to do is I'm going to quickly go into the options because I think the sound is a bit too loud, so I'll turn that down a bit. I think that's a bit better. Okay, if we press the E key, we've now got enough stone. You notice it's got the little number 1 underneath the stone furnace, because we now have the 5 stone required. So left click, puts it in the crafting queue down there, but it's very quick, and then it puts it automatically on your quick bar. The quick bars are your number keys 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and on this side it's the shift key 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So to access this side, you press down the left shift key, keep it pressed, and then press either 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to access them. And that's the quick bar. Okay, so it wants us to place the stone furnace on the ground. So just like with any other game, if you can place it down, it appears green. If you can't place it, so if we left click on that, you'll see if it is somewhere it can't be placed, it'll be red. So now we want it down here near the coal. This is coal, stone and iron. Okay, so I'm going to pull it just about and put it just there. Okay, open the furnace with the left mouse button. So if we left click on it, you see it's opened it up, and it says now to insert the iron ore in the resource slot. So here's the iron, and the resource slot is at the top. Over here is the product that it will be making, and down here's where we put the fuel. Okay, so it's now telling us to insert some fuel into the furnace. We can use coal or wood. So let's do coal because it's just here. Remember, just right click and keep the right mouse button pressed will get you the resources. Left click on this, now just left click and drag it up there. The stone furnace is now smelting the iron ore into iron plates. How cool is that? That was a piece of cake. Get the processed iron plates from the stone furnace. Remember, just control left click, put them straight in your pocket, or you can just simply left click in this window. Craft the burning mining drill. So that's what we've got to do next. And what I'm going to do, remember E key closes the window, so E key again to open up the crafting window, and I'm choosing this time the burning mining drill. I've got enough plates, but I need a stone furnace, so I'm going to need to mine more stone. I normally just press actually the escape key to close any of them windows. So let's get enough stone. We need 5 to make a stone furnace. Okay, that should be enough. And now, so we need 2 or 3. It's saying we haven't got enough iron plates. Yeah, so the iron plates. Because it's going to use, now looking at that you'd think, well, I've got 8 iron plates, but bear in mind it's going to use some of them to make the iron gears. So I'm going to need to mine a bit more iron. Fine, let's go over here. Put it in there. Put some more iron in. That should hopefully be enough. Yeah, if you just left click, it'll put it on your cursor, and then you can either press the Q key, which will just pull it into your pocket, or you can left click it in. But by far the simplest way is to just press the control key and then left click, and it'll automatically put it in there for you. Okay, so we should now have enough to craft the burner mining drill. Okay, it's down here, it's crafting subcomponents and then actually creating it. Place the mining drill on the ground over some resources. Okay, well I'm going to choose the coal first. So here it is down here on my hotbar. Left click. Notice it's got a little yellow arrow. That's telling you the output. So I want to actually place it here because I want to be able to put the coal into the furnace. So if you press the R key, it rotates it around. So I'm going to face it like that, so it's over the 3 coals here. Okay, my furnace is a bit too near in actual fact. I'd need to space that one more over here. You always remember to try and keep a gap of 1 because the inserters, which we're going to get to, you need to have room for them. Insert some fuel into the mining drill. Okay, so let's put the coal that we got in there into here. How cool is that? Now it's going to start mining it for us. The mining drill drops mined resources in front of it. So if we have a look, you can see that it's just there on the ground. When you have resources or items on the ground, just walk near them like this hover the cursor over and press the F for Foxtrot key. That gets you the resources off of the ground. I could put something here to collect the resources from the mining drill. Craft a wooden chest. Oh wow, there's the timer already. So you can see the way this is going. We're slowly making machines to make our lives on this alien planet much more bearable. Okay, so in order to make the chest, we're going to need wood. In order for that, we're going to need to chop down a tree. So just right click, you don't need to change your tools, you only use this pickaxe. Just right click on the tree, you start chopping it. There you go, we got 4 wood. I will, let's just finish this chest. So if I press the E key and then click wooden chest. Okay, now if I put the wooden chest here in front of the mining drill. Now if I left click the chest, you'll see the items are automatically being put in there. So how cool is that? I'm now gaining loads of fuel, which I can also then put back into the burner drill. But of course we're going to automate that. Perfect. Well, this is an excellent place to finish this first episode. Hopefully that's given you a little insight and into Factorio, and hopefully you'll stick around to watch the next episode where we will do the next level. Wherever you are in the world, God bless you and keep every last one of you safe. Thank you for watching and have a fantastic day. Goodbye.